Well, we're ready to begin this 9:30 tip-off, and this matchup's got a little bit of international flavor for you as the Diamond Valley College High School Eagles from down in Australia. They will be taking on the Memorial Mustangs from a little bit closer in Houston. Philip Kern alongside David Zimmerman as we are just getting started. About 20 seconds into this one as Memorial brings it up the floor. We'll see what they do with their first possession after forcing a turnover.
Yeah, so glad to see this Australian team and Memorial from Houston. Coach David Quinn, apparently, when I was getting some coffee, came over and told us we got some fans across the pond and down under. So shout out to all you Diamond Valley Eagle fans.
And staying up late to watch this one. Apparently he was saying it was about 2:30 in the morning back over there.
That's incredible. So thank you. Welcome.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful morning, and your boys look a little more rested. Had such a joy. One of the highlight marquee games yesterday was that great game with Diamond Valley versus Legacy, and I like seeing these young men walking ready to go in warm-ups and not necessarily with their luggage.
And Ryan Stiniford early, making a very early impact on this one. Halen Hines driving in and gets an early basket, and a timeout called by Diamond Valley as head coach David Quinn not happy with the start he is seeing from his squad and having to burn a timeout just a minute into this one. He definitely is looking for some adjustments right now because to burn a timeout a minute in, something had to have not set well with him right now.
Yeah, I think the energy level, and that was just too easy for Memorial right there.
Yeah.
2 transition buckets. That's not what he's looking for from this Eagle team. And look, I have been very impressed with this Memorial team yesterday. They played a heck of a game against a ranked Marcus team. Nobody gave him a shot coming out of Houston, and this Memorial team took Marcus right down to the wire. A lot of talent out there for both of these teams, some great size. I'm going to love watching a matchup between York of Diamond Valley and Reese, the 6'7" ball handler and finisher for Memorial out of Houston.
Halden with it at the controls, tries to drive inside, tries to dump it off to Shinkfield down low, but pass are not able to reach him there, so turnover right back to Memorial.
Yeah, Rafi Halden, who has got springs for days, let me tell you, this kid can flat out jump out of the gym. Just trying to do a little too much there.
Hines brings it up the floor. What a nice cut inside, but the pass led loose a bit too much. It goes out of bounds. And turnover right back to Diamond Valley.
Yeah, he had the right idea, right? He saw Reese coming through on that cut. Nice on the backside. He just needed to wait about a half second longer before he fed him that pass.
Yeah.
Would have had a layup. But it's early. It's early for all these guys.
Including us.
Yes. It is early. What is this now, Philip? I'm on game 12.
You are on game 12.
I'm on game 12. Keep track. Reagan Ratliff said that he's going to be finding out from Guinness if I'm going to be setting some sort of a record.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were.
I don't know if I want that record.
you don't want to be tagged with the world record for endurance?
Endurance, yes. Calling however many games and days, I don't know. My wife said to me, "You're not going to like basketball after this." I said, "That's not going to happen." I may not, be able to talk for 3 weeks.
It's in your blood.
It is. Cooper York, he's so silky smooth. Phil, up there, man. You see it. And in case you can't see it or don't realize it here courtside, he is all of 6'8", the junior. Really good finesse player. Like seeing him hit that shot early.
And that just looks so easy. And there's Hines down low. He's already got 4 points in this one.
Yeah, Hines, who says, don't say you put the mustard, you put the ketchup on it, but a great backdoor cut.
Helden not able to capitalize on that one. Here comes Memorial the other way.
Yeah, they got to adjust that scoreboard. Memorial should have 6 right now.
3 on the way. It's offline.
I'm not mistaken, right? It's 6-3?
No, it is 6-3. You are correct.
Okay, so they just got to adjust that on the
sure do.
Scoreboard here. They'll get it at some point.
Yeah. Hines with a high floater, and it's deflected away off the miss. Memorial really keeping that possession alive here so far. They've really been attacking the glass.
Yeah, really good job by Steniford to keep that alive. They're really running that UCLA back cut there because Diamond Valley overplayed. And that's what he does right there. So impressed yesterday. That's 6'7", Reese Lewis, who just handles the ball like a guard and can finish from pretty much any angle. He's like a more polished product of what we just saw in that first game from the freshman out of Midlothian Heritage. He's a really good player. Seems a little bothered. He's messing with his leg.
And we're hearing some commotion from the Memorial fans. They should have 8 points, and they are correct. So I'm not sure what's taking so long here. But
and the problem is the refs are checking, and here's where, as a coach, you just fall apart because the problem is whatever the book has is what becomes official. So don't trust your eyes. Trust the book. Well, I'm going to trust my eyes on this one.
Exactly.
Should be 8-3. There it is.
There we go.
One of the loudest cheers we've heard out of Wilkerson Grinds over the last 24 hours.
Long pass going into the front court. That is El Curdy.
Yeah, El Curdy was he hit some massive shots down the stretch. There's that back cut again.
And
that's a sign, Phillip. Yeah, that's a sign right there. And that's something that Coach Quinn's really going to have to adjust to, because what they're seeing is they're bringing those defenders all the way up on top of the free throw line, and there's no help side on the back side, so that's clearing it out. It's a great job by Memorial, but if Diamond Valley's going to allow that to go, they're going to get burnt with it all day.
Trying to go to the right side towards the baseline. Kicks it back out. Miles for 3. Air mails that one. Hits the outside of the rim. Outside the net, really. And that's a turnover right back to Memorial.
And, a lot of people joke and say maybe it was a draft. But right now in this gymnasium, it really might be the draft.
I was telling you that maybe I had to check if I had my Costco card because it felt like I was walking into the refrigerator where they keep all the milk and the eggs.
Yeah, if anybody has some extra meat they want to, freeze.
Jeez, no kidding.
Come on down to Wilkerson Grinds.
Just bring it here. It'll be well refrigerated.
Great seal right there by Carr, and Halden just let him a little too much. It's a tough pass to make. I'm a big fan as a coach of telling the guys, if you just make that extra pass over to the wing, he still can hold the seal, and then you've got an easier angle. That pass over the top is really, really tough.
Well, and of course, he identified that Carr had a height advantage down low, but the pass was just a little bit too high.
Yeah, even if you can just dribble it out a little bit to the side, you'll make it an easier passing angle for yourself. But it's hard. You get greedy. You see the good matchup, and you want to hit them right away.
Memorial taking their time on this possession here as they lead 8-3. Kick it out. Here's a 3 on the way from Creech. Oh, that was pretty.
Parker Creech has got that fall down after he shoots the ball well. The ref's smart enough not to call it. But he also hit some huge shots yesterday in that Marcus game.
Carr out on the extended elbow. Gets it back up to Heldon. Nice give and go back to Carr, who was moving towards the basket.
Yeah, really good finish for Carr. Carr, the youngest guy on this Diamond Valley squad. Only a sophomore, but all a 6'6".
Oof. There's a 3 in response on the way, and he got the shooter's roll. How about El Curdy with a nice drop-in 3?
Yeah, El Curdy can do that, and these loose rims that you have here. Look at this cut by Cohen Maldy.
Oof. Melly is now on the board here for Diamond Valley.
And this is more what I expected now, a little up-and-down transition game, Phillip. Two really talented squads.
El Curdy, he stepped on the line of the corner. It's a turnover for Memorial. Now the pace starting to pick up a little bit here, and I think the coffee's starting to hit the system a little bit here for not just us here at the scores table, but for these teams on the floor.
Yes, without a doubt, both these teams showing energy. Also checking into the game, Darren Rivera-Carswell, number 1 for Memorial. He went toe-to-toe last night with the stud Ronmanen.
Carr drives inside. That's a nice basket. He's got 4 points.
And you're starting to see this Valley team. This is the energy we saw in the second half yesterday, but it was tough. They had just gotten off the plane. Flight was delayed. You're walking on the court. You're playing a good legacy team. I like the energy I'm seeing out of them. I think this is what Coach Quinn was looking for before he took that timeout early on.
Melly across the way, trying to split through the defense here. And trying to kick it back out to set up this offense. Ferguson tries to drive baseline. They cut him off.
Yeah, Melly showed a second gear yesterday. He can really fly with the ball.
Ferguson, the quick pass. Halden down the baseline. They try to drop it off for Carr, and they will say last touch by Memorial. So it does stay with Diamond Valley. 1:56 left in this first quarter.
I really like that. And again, the difference a lot of times between international ball and the ball we see here in the United States is notice not a lot of over dribbling, a lot more ball movement, ball not touching the ground. I love that. I really wish that we would adjust more to FIBA rules.
I will say this, too. Like, watching international balls, we're going to get a turnover back to Memorial. International ball has really become more the preferred style of play just because I almost want to hesitate calling it devolving in the NBA, but it's kind of it.
Oh no, it's devolving.
Let's be honest here. I mean,
there's a reason the ratings are going down. There's a reason I'd rather watch high school and college any day of the week.
That's right.
And I think some of the rules. Oh, great backdoor cut again. This time the help did come over from Alden.
Baseline cut there by Floyd as he had just checked in. This will be a foul. And it's going to be charged to Halden. That's his first. And so Floyd to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's a nice adjustment again by Coach Lay, which is he started by clearing out the backdoor from the wing. Now what he did is he made that extra pass over to the wing, and he sent the backdoor cut coming from the baseline that opened up nicely. They're really taking advantage of some overpressure by Valley, and that's what you do. A team overplays you and plays deny, you backdoor cut right in their face. And if you're the Valley, you've got to really not get face guarded, not let them come across your face. And as soon as that head turns, you know they're backdoor cutting. But back to what you were saying, Philip, you know, the international game, I think that you need to let them play the ball off the rim. I think that's great. I think you need to make the lane wider. And I really think we have to get to the point where we either move the three-point line back or do something because it's just too many threes.
And there's Cooper York, who gets more on the score sheet here, brings Diamond Valley to within 3.
Yeah, such a silky smooth player. And again, that's a 6'8 guy handling the ball the way he does. He and Parker Reese are pretty similar for Memorial.
They are. Sanders around the three-point line, uses the screen, goes to his left. And Memorial just continuing to move the ball around the perimeter here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Coach Lay's really got them disciplined.
And deflection near half court. Oh, and that's going to be a possession that's going to stay with Memorial. However, Diamond Valley was thinking that they probably got a turnover there.
Yeah, I think right now, though, what you're seeing is, again, two teams feeling each other out. They're starting to get more comfortable now. You got some good, solid man-to-man defense. I think Coach Quinn's made a bit of an adjustment. He's tagging them a little so they don't get beat on that backdoor cut as much. Really good penetration and kick.
Kick out to the corner for 3, and there's Kanish, who knocks that one down. 43 seconds left as Memorial back up by 6.
Yeah, the first game was a little more of a defensive battle, not this one.
And it goes right through the hands of Mabadife.
Yeah, I'm going to Mabadife. He's a strong player. Just got a little focus. It's like trying to run with the football before you have it.
Yep.
Here you see Valley in this 1-2-2. We saw this. This really created problems yesterday for Legacy.
And we have a little bit of a stoppage. The clock did not start on the inbound.
But it's running now.
Kind of the inverse of what we were looking for there.
Listen, you know what? It's early for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame that one on the Eagles fan over there.
Oh, okay.
Any technical difficulties today are the Eagles fan.
Fair enough.
And I apologize. I'm sure he's a wonderful man, but I'm blaming him.
Now the clock resumes running, and there's a little bit of a half-court trap from Diamond Valley. But Memorial finds a way to push that one through to the front court. And look at this outlet pass. York is out behind the entire defense. And the up and under move. My goodness, Cooper York, how impressive is he?
And this is what they do, right? And you're not just running that 1-2-2, Phillip, just to get turnovers. You're running it to speed them up. The transition of Valley is the best I've seen of this tournament. Again, a reflection of international ball. I mean, they get the ball. It doesn't touch the ground. Watch this.
2
Maybe
seconds
2
left.
dribbles,
Ferguson,
and look at that.
And cannot get the 3, but there you see right there how good they are. And at the end of 1, it's Memorial 17, Diamond Valley 13. And we'll have the second quarter for you in just a moment. You're watching a Achievement Sports presentation of the Fort Worth ISD Holiday Classic on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. .432 left in the second quarter as Memorial leads Diamond Valley 22-15. Philip Kern alongside David Zimmerman and the rest of the Achievement Sports crew on this broadcast for Dave Campbell's Texan Live of the Fort Worth ISD Holiday Classic.
And you know what I love, Philip? We're talking about the high level and the really aesthetically beautiful way this game is. How about the fact there hasn't been a foul called
Oh,
yet?
I love that.
I mean, look at the refs are just letting them get into the flow of the rhythm. Very similar to what all these crews did yesterday. I love it. It's such a great thing when you just don't have guys going to the free throw line every 2 seconds. lets teams get into a flow. And now, different look here. Memorial showing a little bit of 2-3 zone. See if they can throw this Aussie team off or if they recognize it.
Holden did a nice job passing out of that double team. 3 on the way from the corner, and there is Coleman who gets on the scoreboard.
Yeah, really nice shot. Coleman was one of the guys. He arrived with about 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter, got warmed up, ran right on the court, and came out and shot an air ball, and he and the coach shared a smile.
Tries to drop it down low, and just that switching defense there by Diamond Valley. I almost think that Kanish had a chance for a basket down low, but his sideline was just absolutely obstructed.
No, that hole closed up real fast, and this is a team, you look at it, it's a beautiful thing when defenders are all moving together, right? It looks like a really well-oiled machine.
Pass intended for Hines. It overshoots him into the stands. And it's a turnover right back to Diamond Valley.
Yeah,
so
that's two turnovers in a row now by Memorial, Phillip, and Diamond Valley back within 4.
They have a chance to really cut into this lead here.
And you see Memorial, there's an illegal screen. They're going to call on Shankfield. Memorial went back to man, so clearly that one possession of zone, they said, probably not the best idea.
And they're actually going to get Miles for that foul there.
Okay,
so.
Illegal screen on Miles. That is the first foul called, and we are more than halfway through the second quarter.
Not been too many whistles. It's been really nice.
Yeah, it really has. Diamond Valley sitting in this man-to-man, switching everything.
Again, Memorial just trying to find some way to get an entry pass down low. Oh, they had a shot there with the cutting Hines all across the back door, but again, Diamond Valley, they are just really forcing Memorial to keep it on the outside.
Yeah, and now again, Rivera Carswell checking in. He was the newcomer of the year in their district last year, in his senior year now, and he's been very quiet, and I don't know if that's a good sign for Diamond Valley.
2:55 to go in the second period.
Look at that length when he brings that ball back on the dribble there, Phillip.
Oh, Curdy back to Rivera Carswell.
He
walked. And that's a walk. He traveled. Oh, my.
That was a good call and a great catch by the official. That little hop, scoop, and a jump. And I do like the fact that they're starting to crack down more of that. Some of these jump stops are just becoming so outrageously ridiculous. Force kids to keep the feet set, or as the great Rafferty would say, the puppies.
Bill Raftery, you're talking my language now. 2:30 to go in the second quarter as Diamond Valley looks to make this a one-possession game. 3 on the way, and a foul called
that was
beyond the
right
three-point
call.
line. So Coleman gets to the line for 3 free throws.
Carswell got beat. Nobody called the screen, and then by the time he recovered and Coleman was shooting that ball, he hit him right on the forearm. That's a great call by the official.
First free throw from Coleman is good.
One of the things that really hurt Valley yesterday as they were trying to overcome the obstacle that was Legacy is they missed some really key free throws down the stretch. You wonder how much of that was fatigue because they look like they have a lot more energy today.
Well, the free throws still look a lot better here as Coleman has made his first 2. He's now got 5 points in this contest. How about that? Makes all 3 of them, gets the 3-point play the hard way.
Beautiful.
Brings Diamond Valley to within 1.
And now you see Diamond Valley going full court man, trying to pressure the ball handler. And that 6'8" Cooper York, with that length, he can make your life miserable.
So keeping it out beyond the 3-point line. There's Rivera Carswell.
And now you see that help side defense of Diamond Valley much more prevalent.
Oh, we got a foul down low, I think, on Shinkfield as Vanderwood got the worst of that one.
Clearly, Coach Quinn had enough of the backdoor cuts that Memorial was finding so much success with earlier. They have made the adjustment.
It looks like they got Coleman for that foul, so that's a little bit interesting.
Beautiful cross screen.
Try to drive inside. There is Rivera Carswell, gets the contact, and he will get the body bump there. I'm not sure if they called it on the continuation, but no, they did not. They're going to have them inbound on the baseline.
He's going to be on the floor. Boy, Jack Floyd, number 12 for Memorial, didn't realize how open he was when he came off that inbounds play and went to the basket, but he could have fired a wide-open 3. Lost his man. Oh, nice cut by Carswell.
2:01 to go. Here's a 3 from the corner. It's a bit long.
Oh.
Tapped away, and here is Halden.
Rafi Halden. I'm going to call him the Matrix the way he goes up.
Mabadife kicks it back out. A three from Coleman for the lead. It's a little bit short.
That's where I want to see Coleman follow that shot from the corner. The ball's coming right back to you.
Curdy with a nice rebound as he brings it up the floor. 1:37 left to go in the second. Rivera Carswell. Now get it out to Floyd. Dribbles right into the double team. Curdy fires from three and airmails that one.
And
Coleman,
here comes that transition.
Outlet pass to Halden. Draws the contact from Curdy. That will be a two-shot foul. As Halden has a chance for these free throws, put Diamond Valley in the lead.
You do not have time with this Diamond Valley team to lose yourself in a, oh, there's a butterfly. Oh, there's a piece of lint. Oh, I just airballed the, the last shot, because they are coming back at you in transition fast and quick, and it's a matter of milliseconds before that ball's up the court.
Halden does make the first free throw. We're all tied up at 22 in this second quarter, and we're going to have some substitutions here for Memorial.
I mean, let's remember, this was a 20-13 game, okay? So now you're looking at a 9-2 run that could become 10-2 here. And that's where it is. They've been stuck, Memorial, on 22 for a while now.
They really have. And so now that puts Diamond Valley in front with those two free throws from Halden. 1:15 to go in the second. Rivera Carswell, they've really been keeping an eye on him, and that's another travel. He's been having a struggle in this first half.
They're making him work for everything he's getting, and you're seeing that Memorial really needs Carswell to give them a lift. And right now, I really think that the length of this Diamond Valley team, they are very long, they are very big at every position. Carswell, maybe not. He's usually the longest guy on the court probably against most of his matchups. Not today.
Coleman fires again from three. It's a bit short off the front rim.
This is what Memorial wants. 3-on-2. Phillip coming back.
Lewis the other way. Takes the weird angle, but still gets it to fall, and that's 4 points for him.
Yeah, that's what we saw from Reese Lewis yesterday. He can finish from all angles. So savvy. 6'7", coming at you. Great charge.
Oh, and it's a charge, as that was Stiniford who had position established. Good heads-up play there to force a turnover for Diamond Valley.
Yeah, and nothing, and the complaining from Coleman right there, but that's the right call by the official. I love it. Nothing breaks up momentum of the opposition more than a charge. Great job by Stiniford.
47.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Memorial up by one, but they had to sustain a Diamond Valley extended rally to get back into that lead.
Yeah,
Lewis
and this is where you go if you're Memorial.
drives inside. That's Mbadife.
Oh, look
Pushes
at
it
this pass.
up the floor. Look at that bounce pass to Halden.
Oh.
Deflects it away, and Memorial comes up with a long rebound.
You got to finish that if you're Halden. What a pass by Mbadife.
Hines with the spin move and gets the floater to go down.
Look, there's no question that Hines has been the leader of the offense in transition and half court for Memorial today. That's his 11th point, Phillip.
10 seconds left in this first half. Miles uses the screen. Look at that corner pass down low and couldn't finish. Rivera Carswell, 1 second left. Launches. This is good if it goes. Oh, my. How about Parker Creech with the basket to end the first half?
Great find. Great ending. Valley. Cohen Mealy just at a bad angle. He's got to use the glass on that. But what a run there. Memorial was stuck on 22. We saw a 10-2 run, and that's the way you end the half right there on your own little 6-0 run.
And so Memorial heads into the locker room with a 5-point lead at half. 28-23 over Diamond Valley. We're going to take a short break for halftime. When we come back, we will have the third quarter from Robert Hughes Court in Fort Worth. You're watching a Jamie Sports production of the 4th ISD Classic on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. We'll see you for the third. Just getting underway here for the third quarter of the Fort Worth ISD Classic. Fellow Colonel alongside David Zimmerman with the Memorial Mustangs from Houston and the Dragons from, or the Eagles rather, from Diamond Valley College High School. As Memorial gets the first basket of the second half, and of course that is Halen Hines. No surprise there.
He is having himself a game.
Certainly is.
Last night, in that tough loss to Marcus, he could not finish a lot of these buckets. Today he's having no problem. I like that adjustment right there by Coach Alea as he fronts York, but it doesn't matter as the ball gets through anyway.
And Cooper York, he was a real standout that one. He's now in double figures. He's got 11 in this one.
Yeah, it's really been a matchup of Hines and York.
Yeah.
Kind of expected that from York, but not Hines. Now they're going toe-to-toe.
Hines tries a spin move with the head fake, draws a conduit, and he's going to get the basket and the foul.
Yeah, York was a little surprised. He thought that was a little soft, but what a move by Hines. He's going the line to try to hit his 16th point of the day. Memorial with 32. He's got half of their points, Phillip.
Free throw on the way is good. Definitely a stand-up performer in this one. As you mentioned, he's got 16 points and almost half of what Memorial has been registering here in this matchup.
Great slipping of the screen there by Carr.
Wow.
Love it.
Dropped it down low and put the finish in from the low block. 6:32 left to go in the third. Lewis with a nice, tough finish in traffic.
Yeah, that's what we saw Reese Lewis do. That's a 6'7" going against a 6'8", and he just had the finish.
And York draws the contact. That's going to be a foul on Stiniford. That will be his first.
And right now, clearly, both coaches have had discussions with their teams, and I believe the message was get to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're seeing now. And when you got 6'7", 6'8", 6'6" kids that are able to handle the ball, Hines and York and Lewis, that helps tremendously.
So York makes the first. 35-28 now for Memorial, as York now has 12 points. Too strong on the second free throw as Lewis with a nice box out for the rebound.
I mean, look at Lewis handle this ball. Again, that's a 6'7" post player that's handling the ball like a guard out there. The game has changed. Look at this steal.
Yeah, how about Miles reading that pass, and he cannot finish at the rim. Oh, my, he's going to be kicking himself for that.
He looked down for just a half second and lost track of where he was. That's why you got to keep your head up when you dribble.
3 on the way, and Creech misses that one, but it's a long rebound. Stays with Memorial as Lewis is trying to calm things down here to get it set up.
Yeah, Lewis trying to operate now. Coming off of that curl screen. Look at that great UCLA. Another steal.
How about Miles trying to redeem himself here? Gets to the basket. This time he makes good on it.
Yeah, Miles has got to work on keeping that head up when he dribbles. Just at that last moment drops it, but a good finish.
Lewis drives inside, goes through the double team. Fadeaway jumper, just a bit short. Miles fights his way through and gets the rebound.
Man, you know, Miles had been quiet. He's really stepping up at the beginning of the third quarter.
And airmailed that pass there. That was Holden trying to pass out of a double team.
Yeah, Dak Prescott at it right to the third row.
Even on the hardwood.
Even on the hardwood. When I see that, I call him as I see him, Phillip.
That's true.
For the Cowboy fans out there, we call that Dacking it.
Is it bad I take a little bit more pleasure on that one than probably normal?
As you should. 1-2-2 here for the Valley as they fell back into it. You don't want to leave that man.
Oh, corner 3 there for El Curdy, and that whole bench was rising up. They knew that was going to get knocked down.
Of course, you might as well call him El Cornerdy. But El Curdy, yeah, it didn't work out very well. But that's his spot. He gets that shot from the corner. Expected to go in. Good steal from Carswell.
Rivera Carswell with a steal. Here he comes the other way. Drops it down for Lewis and cannot finish. He was bothered at the top of that jump there by Miles.
Yeah, Memorial was trying to give Diamond Valley a taste of its own medicine. Didn't work out. Great pass.
York with a nice head fake and gets the basket down low.
You just feel like in this game, no lead is safe for either of these squads.
4:25 left to go in the third, and Memorial's only up by 6.
Yeah, now they're showing that 1-2-2 3-quarter pressure there by the Valley. Good D.
Picking it up there is Vandor. Now here's Rivera Carswell, tries to drive inside, drops it down low for Lewis, makes the extra pass, gets his own miss, and puts it in.
Yeah, and there's Carswell. You knew he was going to start to have an impact on this game. Great drive and dish off to Lewis.
Miles uses the Cars screen. Still keeping it out on the perimeter. Lewis keeps an eye on him. Finds Holden in the corner. It's offline to the front.
That was a great pass. Now a 2-on-1 break.
Tries to finish at the glass, and Lewis picks up the rebound and puts it back in.
And this is what we saw yesterday. Lewis so talented around the rim, and just like that, he's up to 10 points, and the lead is 10.
It's a timeout call by Diamond Valley. They don't want to let this game get away from them. 3:39 left to go in the third. As Memorial's up by 10. You're watching a Champion Sports presentation of the Fort Worth ISD Classic on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. All right, coming out of the timeout, Diamond Valley has a lot of work to do as they now find themselves down by 10. Yeah, this one against Memorial. Philip Kern alongside David Zimmerman here at Robert Hughes Court at the Wilkinson Grinds Activity Center in Fort Worth. Day 2 of this 3-day post-Christmas tournament.
Yeah, Memorial goes back to this 2-3 zone, and Carswell almost read it.
Wolves comes up with a steal. He does come up with it at half court. Tries to go behind the back, and that's going to be a travel. And if my math is correct, that's like the third travel call that he's been whistled for.
Yeah, Carswell did so much work. You got to give that ball up. It was a 2-on-1. It would have been a layup. Can't get greedy.
Holden with the ball above his head. And, of course, Rivera Carswell trying to reach around for that steal, but instead he's going to get called for a foul.
Yeah, again, Carswell's length so good. He's really going after it on the defensive end. And Valley needs somebody other than Cooper York to step up for them on the offensive end.
Ferguson on the inbound. They try to feed it down low to York. Got a double team surrounding him. He has to fight his way through.
Okay, I want the people at home to understand, Philip. Coleman just threw that pass on the seal from Cooper York from about 5 feet in front of half court. That's a tough pass when you're making that from inside the three-point line, let alone about 40 feet. Holy cow.
Foul was called on El Curdy, so that's his second. And it's going to be a whistle, and looks to be another foul on Memorial as the pass was being thrown out to York out beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, and that's going to put Diamond Valley on the line, Philip. And here's the problem, right? Diamond Valley had a really tough time in this third quarter finding points from anyone other than York. What you don't want to do is put them at the free throw line where they are a pretty good shooting free throw team.
And, of course, that gives them a chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped. So there's that. But Defay with the first free throw.
Yeah, and that's the third foul on El Curdy, and that puts one of your best shooters on the bench for the time being.
Second free throw on the way, and that one is good for him, but Defay.
Now here they go. Again, showing you that 2-1-2 trap and press, trying to speed up this Memorial team.
3 on the way. Oh, and that was a pretty one from Creech.
Yeah, Parker Creech can do that.
Puts the lead back to double digits by 11. 2:35 left to go in the third.
Oh, they're going to leave Ngafe. Look at this drive, and a great charge.
Oh, and that's an offensive foul, and good setup there by the Memorial defense as Norton took the charge for Memorial.
Yeah, Norton, that's exactly perfect of what you do in that zone. You see a big guy handling the ball, coming to a jump stop in the perimeter. You step up, you take the charge, you're getting the ball right back. Love it. 1-2-2 press now. Cooper York, that's a lean 6'8" at the top of that press. Look at him getting his hands on it.
How about York getting his hands on the passing lane, but Memorial still maintaining possession. Dropping it down low, and there is T.R. Rivera Carswell.
Yeah, lucky they didn't get called for 3 seconds there. Now, Valley drops back into their 2-3. Interesting. We're seeing a lot of different changes on defense. And there's that length again.
York with the deflection. It ends up being a steal. Nice outlet touch pass as York is out behind the defense, gets the basket, and he will get a chance for the and one.
And that's what's so impressive by York. First of all, you see the deflection there. They kick it out. Obviously, we've seen the speed in the transition game. But then York's ability to change the pace, to go from 100 miles an hour to about 5 miles an hour, make a nice little Euro step, finish through the contact and one. That is not easy to do.
Of course, also consider the angle at where he was facing the basket where he caught that ball, too.
Yeah, he just has such a great touch right around the basket, and his length goes on for days.
And that free throw and the and one brings Diamond Valley to within 8. As York is now heading to the bench.
Yeah, now they're going to have Rafi Halden play. He's got that athleticism at the top of the head of the monster on that 1-2-2.
Creech with a 3. They drop it down low on the rebound. Pass right out of a double team. Had to do that.
Yeah, right now Diamond Valley causing a lot of issues with this zone.
Rivera Carswell kicks it out into the corner. Creech with a 3. And does not quite get the shooter's roll. Offensive rebound goes right back to Memorial. Can't connect. Still has a third chance, and it's not going to be converted there, but Hines gets himself to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, unfortunately, the work was not rewarded there for the hardest working guy, number 4, Ryan Stiniford. But the senior kept it alive, and then Hines picked up the mess, drew the foul, and gets to the line. Really well done.
So clock stops with 1:15 to go in the third. As Hines' first free throw rattles in and out.
And, you know, Hines was in total control in the first half at the beginning of the third quarter. He has slowed down a bit. And Memorial, again, right now, you know, they're right on the cusp of blowing it open, but Diamond Valley refusing to go away.
So Hines does split the free throws. Now makes it a 9-point lead for Memorial.
It's going to be very interesting, Philip, to see in this last minute and 12 who grabs momentum going into the fourth.
1:05 left to go in this third quarter. Coleman with a jump stop. Ferguson, top of the arc 3. Off right iron, and Lewis brings down the rebound. Hines tries to accelerate past Haldum, and Haldum's going to get the hip check foul.
Yeah, and a good, not the end of the world there, stopping the momentum. Maybe a little bit of a lazy foul, but they still had one to give, so stops the momentum of the break. Next one will put them on the line.
Lewis out to Hines. Still keeping the ball outside on the perimeter. 47 seconds left in the third.
Great talk by Valley on the defensive end in this zone. Communication key.
Drops it down low for Hines. Tries to weave his way through the double team. Ball still alive. Creech. Jab step to the right. Lewis drives inside. The floater. Too strong out back iron. Coleman with a nice box down the rebound.
24 seconds to go, Phillip. Can Diamond Valley put another bucket here on the board?
Coleman's going to try for 3 and rattles in and out. Lewis with a tough rebound. And now Memorial has a chance for the final shot of the quarter. And this is going to be a chance for a timeout to be called on the floor.
Coach Lay going to use his first timeout of the game with that one. I love the timeout. He's going to get the personnel he wants, and he's going to try to set up a play. He knows he can get this lead into double digits if they can hit something here in the end of the quarter.
And so it'll be a full timeout here. We'll take a short break. You're watching this Champion Sports presentation of the Fort Worth ISD Classic on Dave Campbell Sexton Live. And back to action. Final 12 seconds of this third quarter. Memorial leads 46-37 over Diamond Valley.
Let's see what was drawn up here. Diamond Valley went back to man.
4 seconds left until the end of the quarter. Rivera Carswell, 3 to end the quarter, and it's a bit short. And so Diamond Valley still hanging around here as they lead by 9. We're going to keep it right here as we get you ready for the fourth quarter of action from Robert Hughes Court. But, I mean, as good as that first half was, David, I mean, I really think that the pace kind of bogged down a little bit in that third quarter. I mean, you got to give credit to the Memorial defense. I mean, they were able to kind of stop Diamond Valley what they wanted to do on offense and really kind of slowed them down into more of a plodding type of pace. That's not what they're used to.
Yeah, I agree with you. They want to get out. They want to go in transition. They want to get that game moving. A real shout out to Coach David Quinn. He did what I loved on that last play, wondering if he would pull this. After Coach Lay spent that timeout to set up a play, Coach Quinn had Diamond Valley in a zone over the last 4 or 5 possessions. What did he do? He knew Coach Lay was probably going to prepare for a last-second shot against a zone. He switched their defense to man, and what you saw was the confusion there by the Memorial team, expecting them to be in zone. It's a great tactic. I love that. I usually will, joke when I'm coaching and say, good, we'll let them waste the timeout, and I'm going to pull my guys into something else. And so once you realize that going, and it's a hard thing to do as a coach, what you have to start doing, I'm sure Coach Lay knows this, you say, if they go zone, this is what we're running. If they go man, this is what we're running. But again, when you're only dealing with a 30-second timeout, not so easy. You don't have as much time. But I agree with you. I think right now you're going to see Valley try to do everything they can to speed this game up and get their transition game going again.
Agreed.
I want to see if Carswell can come to life. He still has 0 points on the board, which is shocking.
That's the amazing part because, I mean, the way he has been all over the floor, you can tell he's a big part of what Memorial wants to do on the floor.
Huge. And he's doing a good job at distributing right now. Yeah. But, again, your Memorial, the good news is you're up 9, and he has 0 points.
Hines drawing the contact, but it will be an offensive foul. As he tried to weave his way through the baseline there, and so that's his first foul of this contest.
And that's not a good thing for Memorial because, again, Diamond Valley was struggling to get their transition game and score, but they did find some luck at the line. You don't want those fouls to add up too quickly at the start of the fourth.
Corner three on the way from Coleman. It's a bit short. And the offensive rebound hauled him with a third chance, and he can't finish.
Yeah, Shankfield did a good job. He couldn't. Now Carswell coming back. A little bit of a lid on that Valley basket.
Tries to go up and under, and there's the basket there for Rivera Carswell.
There's the finger roll. Gervin couldn't have done it any better himself.
Trying to go back the other way. Madife for three. It's too strong. And a little bit of a loose ball foul, I think, on Lewis, as I think he kind of shoved off on Shankfield a little bit there for that board.
And there's that second foul. And again, Diamond Valley's biggest problem offensively has been there really hasn't been anyone else filling it up when it hasn't been Cooper York. And right now York's on the bench. And, I mean, you got to get somebody to step up and start making some shots.
Coleman on the inbound to Ferguson. Tries a spin move, drops it down low to Shankfield. Could not finish from point-blank range. I mean, there's been at least a couple of instances where Diamond Valley has not put that in from within 2 feet.
Yeah, they really are having a problem finishing. A great move by Shankfield. You just got to finish.
Out to Rivera Carswell. Lewis finds Hines down low. Fields a double team. Holdham's got him in a one-on-one matchup. Oh, nice ball fake and drop down for Lewis. Nice idea, but Coleman comes up with the steal instead.
So impressed with that wide base there of Hines. What a great steal. Here goes Carswell.
And Rivera Carswell coming back the other way. Looks to push. Creech, a three. Bang.
And that's Memorial basketball right there. We've seen so much of that over the last 24 hours. Carswell leading the break. He finds Creech in the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Timeout called by Diamond Valley as they trail 51-37, 6:20 to go in this fourth quarter. You're watching a Champion Sports presentation of the 4th ISD Classic on Dave Campbell Sexton Live. Back to action here at Robert Hughes Court in Fort Worth. 6:18 left to go in this contest. As Diamond Valley looking to try to make one last push here. And that's not going to get it done as Coleman missed badly on that three.
Yeah, York's been on the bench here, and right now Diamond Valley just struggling to score. Great hustle there by Coleman.
Hits the deck, and here's Ferguson. Drops up to Madife. Blocked up at the top by Hines, but that is going to be a foul. You probably hear from behind us some Memorial fans not happy about that call.
And Coleman waves to them and says, I'm sorry you didn't like that. Well, that's what happened. But there's that transition game going, and now York is checking back in the game. And this is where Memorial just, they've got everything going their way. They can't put this team at the free throw line. But Madife misses that.
I was going to say, no sooner do you say that, but Madife was not able to cash in.
Yeah, the problem for Memorial, though, is you just don't want this clock to stop right now. And
right.
Again, that's already the third team foul. Ooh, front end miss. No legs on that one.
Absolutely line dried that one off the front of the rim. Rivera Carswell, who's been held to 2 points this entire time. And Creech, who's had a couple of threes today. Tries to keep it beyond the three-point line.
Carswell's such an explosive player, but I just think he's got to cut some of that dribbling in half. It's a little too much.
Also out of bounds. It's going to stay right here with Memorial. Diamond Valley thought they had a turnover there.
And this is a good sub again. Remember, Zach Elkurdy coming back in. He had to sit down with 3 fouls early in the third. He comes back in now. That's going to help offensive firepower for Memorial.
I was going to say it probably will help open up their offense a little bit because it seems like they've just kind of concentrated on one spot on the floor most of the time.
Yeah, you kind of feel like if it wasn't Parker Creech hitting from the outside, everything was going to the basket, which isn't necessarily bad, but Valley's got so much length under there. You got to stretch them out. They're going to reverse this call. I don't know why that never worked for me as a coach, but it works for the Valley.
Ferguson brings it up the floor.
That was a nasty screen by Scheinfeld.
And Madife thought about the three. We'll just try to float it up, and there's your New York City special.
There you go, Phillip. New York, New York. Beautiful. Love it. And now here comes the pressure from Diamond Valley. You feel the urgency now as we get to 5 minutes.
5:12 left to go, utilizing a bit of a trap.
See, this is where Carswell's just got to give it up quicker. Don't get stuck. You're such a great ball handler, but a little too much.
Point to the left side, tries to bounce it down low for Lewis. Oh, wow. What a finish. Wow.
What
goodness.
a pass. What a finish.
Almost passed into a double team, but Lewis with the soft touch of the glass.
And York looking to go to work. Shankville can't handle it.
Coleman, a three. It's off front iron.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have a loose ball foul. I think they're going to get Rivera Carswell with a push.
And he knew it. Carswell knew it. He had no complaints there. Pushed off York, thought he could get away with it. Boys like that, you know, where you tried.
When you said you tried, I was already thinking of the Simpsons meme with Bart presenting the cake.
Yeah.
Is it bad we think in memes these days?
It really
that's
is.
just kind of.
Like which one you're going to send or
Yep.
So frustrating. Look at
York
this move.
up and under move, and he can't connect there. Of course, York had a lot of time on the bench in that third quarter.
Yeah, and he's got 17. And again, the problem is Diamond Valley really struggling to find someone to score 2-on-1.
Lewis all by himself. How about Ferguson meeting him at the top?
Ferguson took the Christmas cookies.
Oh. Tries inside. Here's Ferguson on the baseline, gets the basket, and he'll get the and one.
Wow, just when you thought Diamond Valley might be in terminal trouble, Blake Ferguson comes to life first with Lewis was looking to posterize him. He comes up with the steal, totally clean, and then comes back in the and one on the other end. Let's see if this is a turning point that gets Diamond Valley back into the ballgame.
And Ferguson, need a little extra English there to get that free throw down.
Hey, that's why that rim, every piece of it you got to use. You just see Diamond Valley just looks like they're playing much quicker right now.
They are. A little extra burst coming out of that timeout. El Curdy to the top of the arc. 4 minutes left in regulation. Memorial's trying to hang on, but Ferguson reaches, and he's going to get called for the foul.
Ferguson, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm pretty sure that's illegal here and in Australia.
Yeah. I think that foul call is universally understood.
And it's not a bad one. You know, that's only his first and team's first. I mean, again, this 5-1 foul count is huge. Yeah. Memorial's got to stop fouling Diamond Valley and stopping that clock and putting them on the line.
Bounce pass to go back to El Curdy. Gets around York, and there's a late whistle. I think they got York for the foul, too.
They're going to get York. A little ticky-tack, but right now the ref's trying to balance it out a little bit. That foul count looks a little tilted.
I was going to say it was a far cry from what it was like in the first half.
Yes. Great pass.
Creech from the corner and almost wedgied that three.
Wow, what a great hustle by Lewis to knock it away from York and give him a second chance.
Long rebound back to Memorial. They keep the possession alive. 3:46 to go in the fourth.
Oh, I love that cut by Hines. Would have loved to see him turn around and put that in.
Hines back to Lewis, who kept the feet moving. Goes right back over Carr. He will get himself to the line for two more.
Right now, you know, the Valley just a half step slow, and Memorial really second chance opportunities, getting the 50-50 balls. But this last 3:35, you're going to have to fight for every inch, every point. Aussie didn't come here to go down 0-2 in this tournament.
No.
Memorial trying to get back on their winning ways.
Diamond Valley calling a timeout. We're going to take a short break with them as well. As we're in the fourth quarter, you're watching a Champion Sports presentation of the 4th ISD Classic on Dave Campbell Sexton Live. .335 left to go in the fourth, and coming out of the timeout, it'll be Reese Lewis to the line for 2 free throws. Already has 12 points in this contest and looks to add to his total with a fine performance here this morning.
Yeah, he's really impressed me over the last couple days. He really has. I mean, tough guy, has good handles, really long, gets after it, great finisher. Got to find a way to make one of these two.
And does find out a way to do that. So it's now 54-42. Driving it down low for Ferguson on the baseline. Couldn't handle it. It's a turnover back to Memorial.
Yeah, Cohen Mealy goes so fast. He's just got to slow down there at the end. He had an opportunity to dump it to Miles, but just a little bit too quick. Sometimes your mind moving faster than the body.
Hines, the baseball pass. Reaches Rivera Carswell down the baseline. He's being hounded by a double team there.
Yeah, I mean,
Splits it.
Carswell.
Oh, and it's a double dribble.
The problem is Carswell is such a phenomenal player, such a great athlete, but again, the over-dribbling. He's just trying to do a little too much today.
Hold on here. We've got a whistle.
Yeah, I think Mealy took a shot in the nose. I think we got some blood.
So it does stop the clock with 3:27 left to go.
The ref's checking if there are any blood marks or blood spots on the court. Looks like their investigation is over. They didn't need CSI for that.
No. And of course, really, at this point for Diamond Valley, you have to think that this is probably the best chance that they have at a run because they're running out of time.
Yeah, they are running out of time, but we've seen them be able to put spurts together, especially when you got this guy right here.
York just inside the three-point line, pulls a little short. And Rivera Carswell comes up with another rebound, draws some contact, and it's a foul right near half court.
See, and I get it because Carswell's saying I can split these two guys, but he really, if he can just keep that head up, look down the court, he's got a 2-on-1 situation. Just make that pass ahead.
Creech on the inbound, now to Rivera Carswell.
What D by Ferguson. Look at that play, though, by Carswell.
Still found a way to get into the front court, and there's Lewis from underneath the basket. He took a hard hit as he went up, and he is a little slow to get up.
Yeah, and the problem is, right, Carswell makes those passes. He can do it because of his extraordinary athleticism.
Yeah.
But he's very fortunate. There are very few people who can split that many guys and come up with a great pass like that. He says, I'm that guy.
And now Reese Lewis to the line for 2 more free throws. Has 13 points. He split the free throws his last time he was up there. Now at 3:03 left in this fourth quarter as Memorial still holding on to a 12-point lead. And now you can make it 13.
Yeah, nice stroke there by Lewis. I can tell the way he releases the ball. He kind of brings it at that forehead. He's just got to be careful that his pinky on his guide in doesn't wrap around that ball and change the rotation on it when you're going to have your hands that close together. See, there you see that kind of rotation and knuckleball. Got to straighten that out a little bit.
They would call that a rotation around the world.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes when you just put your fingers a little too close together, remember, you're not supposed to shoot with 2 hands. That other hand's just supposed to be a guide hand. And when it gets in the way, it just changes the whole trajectory of the ball.
So now Halden to the line for 2 free throws, a 2:58 left to go. 14-point lead for Memorial. And that first one kind of line drive that one home.
And again, this is the problem right now. Both teams are in the bonus. This could equal a lot of free throws here. And again, Diamond Valley has the ability to get back in the game really quick, especially with the clock stopped.
They do get both free throws.
That's 5. Wow. He did give him the timeout. That was really close.
Oof. .256 left to go in this one. 56-44 lead for Memorial. Baseball pass over to Rivera Carswell. Drops off for Creech, and it's a nice finish.
What a beautiful throw. Now he's looking like Josh Allen.
Putting that throw up there, I'm sure you appreciate that.
I sure did. Cowboy fans, eat your hearts out.
And air ball 3. Lewis is right there for the long rebound. And there is Rivera Carswell.
Carswell.
Tries to get the pass down low, nearly turned over.
That thing touched 3 sets of arms and got through.
Lewis back to Creech. Dribbles almost right into a triple team there. Hines is calling for it on the low block.
Oh, yeah, he's begging for it. I'd give it to him. He's had a whale of a game.
He sure has. Creech.
Yeah, right now what you see, they're just wasting time. They're sucking this clock dry.
Oh, down low, and then drops it down low to Hines. Back over, and it's not going to – he's going to get his own miss. Geez, 5 chances here.
You feel
Creech.
for Steniford.
3 is a bit short. Steniford not able to get that one there, but my goodness, how many chances for Memorial on that one?
He's working so hard, and he just can't find the bottom of the net.
That is a foul called, and so Diamond Valley will still maintain possession here. 1:57 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and York takes a seat on the bench. That might be a little bit of a wave of the white flag there. Zengrafe comes back in. And just
Rivera Carswell with a
foul
Whoa.
by Carswell. Why?
Just so far away from the basket, too, and that's his 4th foul.
Yeah, and I think he's about to take a seat is my guess. So much talent, the young man. Just calm yourself down. I know it's not the offensive game you wanted, but you can't commit those types of fouls in these situations.
And Ferguson makes that first free throw. He's got 4 points in the second half. And he does make them both.
Cuts it to 12.
Amanda Stiniford, Rivera Carswell accelerates.
Oh,
Tries to go with the left hand and could not quite finish it. Tried to go with the finger roll. Here's Halden going the other way.
love how he hustles back, though, on defense to stop transition.
Badife, a 3. Oh, boy, here they come.
Here it comes, and now all of a sudden you're down 9.
Diamond Valley looking to make one last push here to make this entertaining. 1:30 left to go in regulation.
Yeah, and you're seeing them trap. Another long throw. Carswell, you can just pull the ball back out. You don't have to row. It just comes out of his hands.
And he loses the dribble. Here comes Diamond Valley again. Badife to Ferguson. Scoops it out. Drives inside. Carr has a good look at a 3. Rattles in and out.
That would have cut it to 2 possessions.
Creech with the possession. Hines looking for it, and Memorial's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, you don't need to rush there. There's just no rush. Unnecessary. Memorial literally begging Valley to get back in this game.
Foul called on Badife. That is his 2nd. And Reese Lewis now back to the line, and 15 points for this one. He's kind of been a nice compliment to Halen Hines in this one.
Yeah, he really has. It was Hines in the first half. It's been Lewis in the second.
And Lewis makes the free throw. That is his first. 59-49, a minute 5 to go in the 4th. Lewis ready. Second free throw is up, and it's offline to the right, left. Hold him with the rebound.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Ferguson
couldn't find it, and he kind of smiles as it bounces off the bean.
And Miles comes up with the loose ball and puts it in.
Don't look now. The lead is 8.
Lewis to Stinifield. Back to Hines. 59-51. 42 seconds left. Hines trying to move it into the front court.
10. I'm shocked.
It was close to it, that's for sure. Nice touch pass to Stinifield. Oh, and there's a late whistle and a foul. 32 seconds to go.
I got to go back to that play. I thought he hit the bucket with 53 seconds on the clock. They didn't cross till about 39. Now, again, they're not looking at the clock, right? The officials are keeping their own count. But if there was a shot clock, I think it would have dropped well below the 10 seconds. Big shot by Steniford. Feel good for the young man after he missed a bunch of layups, and he's been working so hard. Glad to see him hit that at the line.
Gives him a little extra confidence there, and it puts Memorial up by 9. Second free throw up and just a bit offline to the left. But Dife with the rebound, and it's Halden.
Oh, my
Nearly
goodness.
lost it and just airmails that pass as it goes out of bounds. Hits the front of the scores table where we're sitting at in Fort Worth. So 24 seconds left. Memorial up by 9. And I think Diamond Valley, unfortunately, is going to fall to 0-2 in this tournament.
Yeah, and again, I think that might have been it right there. But I'm really impressed. I'm impressed with Diamond Valley, impressed with the coaching. Oh, nice play.
Yeah, Miles still going after it. So Diamond Valley playing right until the clock hits 0.
And, you know, you can't understand how hard it is to come from Australia, get on a plane, arrive, literally walk onto the court the other night, not get much sleep today, come back here. They put a good effort together, done their school and their country proud in these first 2 games.
And so Memorial wins this one 60-51. And they put themselves a nice showing here against Diamond Valley, and so that will be the conclusion of this 9:30 contest. And so we're going to take a short reprieve, and we'll get you ready for the next one here from Robert Hughes Court in Fort Worth. Don't go away. There's plenty more basketball to come. You're watching a Chamber Sports presentation of the Fort Worth ISD Classic on Dave Campbell's Texan Live.